Hi. Hello. What's up? Hello. Hello. My name is Adam and I am going to be writing a play. This isn't the first play that I've written, but all of the ones I've done previously, regardless of genre or topic or length or whatever, they've all been for amateur performances or for stuff that I've done on my course. But this one is one that I aim to put forward for publication and production, and I'm aiming for the end of this year. So I'm going to use this space on YouTube to kind of document my writing process, mostly for my own benefit because it gives me a set structure and a set timeline, but also to share with you things that happen in my life and the things that I learn through writing. My plan is to make one of these videos every month, which covers the progress I'm making on my play and the things that go on in my life. I also want to delve into certain specifics about the play and playwriting in general. So I'm already planning next month's video, which is going to be on structure and time flow. But before we get started, we're going on a walk. So let's go. And you're coming with me. So this is the 6th time that I'm recording this, because every time I've been interrupted by somebody walking in or a bee or it started raining. It's still kind of drizzling now. But one of the things that I do when I'm walking is think about projects and think about things that I can write and stories that I can tell. The story that I'm telling in this play that I'm beginning is one that I've been thinking about for over a year now. And obviously there's been a pandemic and lots of other things that have taken precedent, but I think now is the right time for me to start. I'm coming to the end of my degree. I'm slowly getting more time. So I think it's a good time to start. There's a bee. It's a good time to start this project, and I'm excited to kind of share it with you, if you're watching. I don't know who's watching, and I'm excited to get started. So on with the show. Literally. That's kind of creepy. I'm getting out of here. I have an interest in queer stories, being a queer person. So I know for certain that the story that I want to tell is going to be a queer one. And I also have this semi-passion for classic novels. Blue! I don't know why, this is something that draws me to them You know, 2 of my previous plays are actually adaptations of classics, Frankenstein and Jekyll and Hyde. So I kind of want to combine my 2 passions / semi-passions to create a queer story set in the past, which obviously, you know, I'm thinking about stuff that has been made or is being made, and usually they don't go further than, you know, the 1960s, and I want to go further than that. My current thinking anyway is post World War One. No, pre-World War One, post-Victorian. So somewhere between 1901 and 1914. Because I think that's an interesting, like, pre-war period where there's lots of societal changes and shifts from the Victorian going into the 1900s. But there are very few stories from that period, especially, like, you know, queer stories. So I know that for certain, and I know that I want the story to focus around 2 characters who are in a relationship, and how, you know, that relationship interacts with the world and their families and all that stuff. But I'm going to do another video on the storyline at another point. I have to confess that I have already started writing this play. It's been on my mind for a year, and I started writing it a while back. I only wrote about 5-10 minutes of it, but I was quite happy with what I wrote at the time. But since then, I've worked on other projects. I've written a couple of stuff. I've written a whole other play. And I think that I've progressed a huge amount with my writing since then. So I think I'm going to rewrite, or at the very least rework what I've already written to best suit me now, but also to match the storyline that I'm now pursuing, which is kind of different from the original storyline. I've already mentioned this, but the timeline and structure of the play that I'm working on is kind of going to be in the next update video, and I'll kind of go into a deep dive of different structures, their advantages and disadvantages, and then what I'm thinking of doing for this play, and then kind of like why I'm going with that. So keep an eye out for that next month. Fingers crossed. Okay, so that's actually it from me today. It's just a little kind of like introduction of what I'm going to be doing next month's one of these is going to be kind of delving a lot deeper into what I'm actually doing, whereas this was just kind of like an introductory stuff. But subscribe if you're interested in seeing where this project takes me, or have an interest in what I'm doing. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram, and put, you know, message me and put questions or suggestions or anything like that in the comments, or DM me. But thank you for coming on this trip with me, and I'll see you next month, if not before. That sounds creepy. No, I'll see you next month. There may be another video in the meantime, but I'll see you next month. Goodbye.